Hello there. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes. I'm going to finish up here adding the video. Okay, right here. All right. We're going to watch a video today. It's called Horrified Woman Realizes She Killed Her Boyfriend. And the way they titled this video, it sounds that she did it by mistake, but I don't know. I haven't seen this video. It could have been by mistake, or it could have been that she actually did it on purpose. We don't know yet, but let's go ahead and watch this video. This is actually one of my first videos that I watch when it comes to like videos in regards to unaliving someone, right? And this is probably going to be a little bit intense as I don't tend to watch videos like this. So if we end up finishing the stream ahead of time or ahead because I don't want to finish the video, I apologize for that. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch this.
City of Miami Police 911, operator Dodge. What is the address of your emergency?
It's emergency. I'm calling because there's a fight is going on. Yeah, there's a fight going on right now.
Is it a physical fight?
Yes.
Not only did this caller share the full address, but he also shared the specific apartment number where the altercation and apparent injury took place. Since this report matched the partial address Courtney gave, the operator was able to confirm that this was likely in reference to the same incident. Now that they had this information, officers raced to the scene and wasted no time making their way to the apartment in question. The scene they found was every bit as dire as Courtney's hysteria on the phone suggested.
Police are here. Police are here. Hey, come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Get up. What? You leave. Get up. Get up right now. You get up right now. Why do you have to keep him upright? I just want to keep him
Get up right now.
What happened? Get up right now. Baby, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. What's your name? Courtney? Courtney. Just keep him sitting up. Courtney, listen to me. Get up.
Oh man, this is even sadder because they have a dog. Oh man, she's saying baby wake up. So I don't know if she's calling her boyfriend, like she's talking to her boyfriend right there and then telling him to get up. Also, I apologize if you can hear my dogs. They're barking because they hear this other dog barking. But that just breaks my heart even more. There is a dog in the picture. It's always so sad.
Get up. Come on.
And you can tell the dog is stressed as well.
You gotta get the dogs in. Okay. Get up. Please go. Please. Listen. Get him up. Get up right now. Drop it on the floor. I'll help him out. Get up. Oh, no. No, I can't. Get up. I can't let this. Okay. It's back on. Wait, it wasn't. Guys.
Relax.
Why? No, guys.
Relax.
Boss, what's going on? Hey, you good? What do you have?
Relax.
Where are you getting from? Go. Guys, please.
Relax. Sit down.
Here. Okay.
Sit down.
Just let me.
Sit down.
Okay. Baby, come here. Just sit down. Please, just make sure he's okay.
As first responders struggled to control Christian's bleeding and contain Courtney, the harrowing situation threatened to spiral even more out of control.
How old is he?
How old is he?
He's 27. He's about to turn 28 in like 2 weeks.
27 years old.
Oh, okay. So when the cops got there, he was still alive.
We have his birthday planned for Barcelona.
Come on, stay here. Come back.
Get the dog out, man.
Hey,
Come here.
what's the dog's name?
Come here.
Ranger.
The other one. Ranger.
Ranger, come here.
Ranger. Over here.
Come on.
Ranger.
It's like his dad. So he's.
Ranger, come here.
Okay, Ranger, let's go.
Ranger,
Dang, she has blood all over her face.
Ranger, come on, baby. Hey, it's like his dad. I'm not going in. I'm not going in. I'm
doesn't
not going
matter.
in.
You stay right here.
Okay.
While officers inside raced to help Christian as they waited for emergency medical services to arrive, Courtney remained frenzied.
Guys, please tell me what's going on. I just want to make sure that he's going to be okay.
You know what's going on. You were in the scene. They're there to help you. What do you mean? Tell me what's going on.
Please, like, tell me what's going on. I'm looking you, like, I'm looking you in the eyes. Girl, like, please tell me if he's okay. Can I please stand up and see?
No, ma'am.
Like, if it was your
No, ma'am.
I'm covered in his blood because I'm trying to
Okay,
save
I
him.
understand
I'm trying to save him.
that. I understand that.
And if I don't, and you can't, then
Okay.
what will I do with
All
my
right.
life? I need him. He's like my other half.
Things might have been quieter inside the apartment, but the situation was growing more urgent by the second.
Hey, fire rescue's here to help you out. Relax, boss. Hey, you're bleeding a lot from here, man.
Just like the officer said, fire rescue arrived just seconds later and began working to stabilize Christian enough that they could move him out of the apartment and into the ambulance waiting downstairs. A task that turned out to be easier said than done.
Hey, relax, man. Relax, boss. Hey, relax.
Hey, Christian. Oh, Christian.
Come on, guys.
The EMS team was in for quite a surprise while assessing Christian.
Is he under arrest?
We don't know what we have, but he has to go somewhere. No, but he started moving, so we don't know if.
Let me make some room for the stretch and all this stuff.
That's right. The first officers to respond had actually handcuffed Christian as well as Courtney, not knowing who the aggressor was.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. They handcuffed him, but he's like literally dying right now. And I get it. I mean, they don't know who the aggressor is, so they have to treat them both equal.
This would eventually become the main question of the investigation that followed.
We gotta take these cuffs off.
Yeah, we need the.
We get these cuffs off. You don't.
I mean,
You have the key.
I have the key, yeah, but I didn't want him. I didn't want him fighting. So
No, we need to save him.
I understand that.
Both Courtney and Christian would be closely scrutinized in the hours to come.
So I watched that video a while back about body language, and look how you can tell they already have issues here. He's pulling apart and she's pulling apart as well. None of them are like stable. Like if you draw a line right here, like a straight line, he's like tilting away, and the same way with her, the line right here going through her nose like that. They both like just kind of, they don't see eye to eye.
But for now, medical attention took priority. Christian was uncuffed and released into the custody of the paramedics. However, they ran into another, even larger issue almost immediately. Upon seeing what was happening with Christian, Courtney, who had been moved outside, launched into a fresh wave of hysteria.
Sit down.
No, that's not a body bag. It's
Sit down. That's not a body bag. Sit down. Sit down.
Oh my God.
Listen to me. Sit down. Sit down.
Okay.
Don't move from there.
Why are you?
You're not helping anymore. Everybody's here to help him out. Let me
That
go.
was not a body bag, is it?
No.
It was, in fact, a body bag, but not for the reason one might expect. The hall leading to the elevator was too small for a gurney, not to mention crowded with people and debris. The EMS workers were forced to improvise and fashioned a makeshift sling with the only item they had readily available. Only once they were out of the tight confines of the apartment were they able to get him onto a proper stretcher. With Christian being rushed to the hospital, the police were left with the only person who might be able to explain what on earth had happened in the apartment, the still distraught Courtney.
Listen, the detectives are coming. You're gonna talk to them, and then you're gonna explain yourself.
But I'm gonna be covered in blood. I look crazy. I was holding him while he was spurting blood, trying to stop the blood.
I need you to be calm, okay, and explain to me exactly what happened.
I just feel like I'm gonna throw up because I feel like he might die. I just need to know that he's okay.
He's at the hospital. We don't know yet.
Okay, there's no way I can be at the hospital.
Right now, no. We're conducting an investigation
Zero chance.
Why? Why is that? Why is that?
because we need you here.
We're doing an investigation, that's why.
We can all watch you. We can all.
Okay, I know, but please, like you're making me like it's
Just-
like, and when I go in there, can I please just get my sweatpants?
Despite Courtney's pleas, the only sanctioned change to her wardrobe was the addition of a robe. When the detectives arrived, the officers were instructed to take Courtney to the police station for an in-depth conversation.
Can I say bye? Can I say bye to my dad? I'll be right back, boys. I'll be right back, okay? Give me here. I'll be right back. Ranger. I'll be right back, too.
Man, poor dog to end up with a couple like this, a family like this. And then if there's nobody to take care of the dog later, he's just gonna go to like the pound, right? So So
I'll be right back.
Her farewell to the dogs might have been emotional, but by the time she reached the Miami-Dade police station, Courtney sounded far more collected and casual than one might expect.
Wow, this looks like the Dexter office. Look at that. Never been in something like that.
look at her smile. Like she is normal right now. Like she does not care. She probably forgot about her boyfriend at this point.
Shit, this is
Oh, it's supposed to be Miami Police Department
Let's have you
to
sit.
make a joke.
Instead of replying, the officers escorted Courtney into an interrogation room to wait for the detectives.
I'm assuming I'm the blue chair.
Yes, just do this for me so I can check that out.
Is there like a paper towel or tissue or anything?
Yeah, okay, man.
I've been crying a lot.
When she was left alone, Courtney appeared to once again become deeply distressed.
Please, God, please, God, just let me. My dog, please. God. Christian, you okay? Somebody needs to learn.
Yeah, we're gonna start talking soon now. Just getting everything set up.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be like, I'm just like, I just cannot believe the way my day went.
Yeah.
It's way worse. I really want to get to the hospital.
Yeah. We'll talk to you now.
I desperately want to get to the hospital.
Right. I mean, either way, so you don't rush, you still won't be able to see him at this point, obviously.
You said what?
You wouldn't be able to see him at this point, so that way you don't have to, because you're still working, you're still taking care of him, it's a process. So I don't
I just want to be there when I can.
So, yeah, once we'll talk about that, okay?
Okay.
After receiving tissues and water, Courtney was alone again to continue her emotional ruminations.
Working. Please, God, don't take your shit completely away from me. We're not going to work out with God. Let me talk to him again. Let us both tell each other we're sorry.
After 15 minutes, she was joined by detectives who were eager to learn how on earth the bloody scene in the apartment came to be.
My apologies for being absolutely covered in blood.
Listen, you don't have to apologize, okay? I completely understand. All right? Things happen, and you can't control it.
Courtney shared some basic info about herself and Christian, including the fact that his birthday was in just over a week. Once again, Courtney became emotional.
Just take a breather. I know this must be very rough for you right now.
No, we were supposed to go to the park with my dogs today. Like, I just is not how I expected to spend it. Sorry.
And how long have you guys been together?
About 2 years.
How long have you guys been together?
Since the first or second week of January. We moved here January this year together from Austin.
Do you guys work here in Miami, or do you guys have your own business?
I do social media, so I'm an influencer, I guess is what call it. Yeah, I'm an influencer. And he does stocks and crypto.
In addition, Christian sometimes helped Courtney create content for her Instagram and OnlyFans accounts. In the interrogation room, Courtney quickly succumbed to her emotions again as she described her future plans with Christian.
We have the dog.
Okay, so it definitely was a fight between them two.
Pick out the golden retriever. We're gonna name Mello. So we're gonna get a house. So we can have a backyard. Because I have 2 dogs and then we're gonna have 3. So we're planning on staying here for a while.
Okay.
I just hope we get the opportunity to do that.
Once again, Courtney composed herself and returned to the matter at hand.
Thank you guys for getting me water and tissues.
Sure, definitely.
Is he okay?
He's still at the hospital. They're still,
I know.
monitoring him and talking to him. So we're waiting.
Oh my God! So he didn't even have to have surgery.
Well, I don't know. They're still doing X-rays and stuff like that. So I don't know yet. I'm waiting to hear a response.
That's all I have to know. Thank
Okay.
God.
Courtney sounded relieved, but in reality, Christian was far from being out of the woods. Only time would tell if he would survive.
Wow, it looks like he lost so much blood. Look at that. Like, even on the walls, like on the other wall, everywhere. Like, they were wrestling for sure, but she doesn't seem hurt. Like, she has a lot of blood, but they haven't talked about bruises on her. She doesn't have any open wounds, and it looks like he was the only one with open wounds in this case.
His grievous wound.
Once we're done, I'll go talk to them again and see what's the update. Okay.
Hopefully I'm over freaking out and like I'll be able to see him or whatever.
Does he have any family?
He does. He has.
Yeah.
He has his mom and grandma. He's closest to.
Mom and grandma?
Mm-hmm.
We're here in Miami, or?
They live in Dallas. I think his grandma may still be in Nigeria because they visit a lot, but I think that they're back in Dallas.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He has a brother that lives in, I think, Houston. I don't know where his sister lives.
Do you happen to know off the top of your head their phone number, or?
None of theirs, no.
Okay. What's his mom's name?
You know, he told me, I'm terrible.
How doesn't she have any information about his family? They've been together for 2 years. Like, you don't visit their family? Like, you never talk to their mom?
Yeah. That's like I'm remembering.
And I met her multiple times. I've been to her house, and I still couldn't tell you. That's pretty bad.
I mean, how many times have you seen?
I think 4 times. So I got a chance to talk to Christian today.
To who?
Christian.
Who's Christian? Oh.
The victim.
They haven't told me his name yet.
If I'm the victim, he's definitely the victim. What'd you say?
Courtney then launched into her story of the lead up to the argument.
We had just gotten back together. I had broken up with him, and then he came back the last 2 nights, and everything was perfect. And then start to an argument, and I ended up getting scared, and I think that I overreacted, or not overreacted necessarily, but reacted, and I just didn't know exactly what might happen. Before anything happened, we were going to walk my dogs down to this park over by the Paramount, which has the beach volleyball and basketball court and all that. We're gonna walk them over there and let my dog Ranger play soccer. That was my plan for the day.
At this point, the detectives finally hit pause and made Courtney aware of her rights.
Would I be able to talk to my father? Because he's pretty much acts as my attorney with, not for stuff like this. Obviously, I've never been in this kind of situation.
Is he an attorney?
No. He's just.
Well, we'll give you a chance
We know what to do.
If you were under 18, then yeah, I would provide you a phone call to your father. But you're over 18, so.
I don't feel like it. I was sitting there in a freaking puddle of my boyfriend's blood, begging him to please not give up on me. Just serious. My boyfriend is not dead, is he?
Well, he can't talk to us right now. You're waiting at the hospital.
I want to go sit at the hospital. Am I going to be able to do that?
So far right now, I can't give you an answer. Okay, we just have to go through everything. Because remember, this just happened.
After a bit more consideration, Courtney decided to go ahead with the conversation. The bloody tale she was about to tell was shocking, but the most horrendous details would come from some unexpected additional sources.
You guys have a history of domestic violence?
Yeah.
How many incidents you think you've had?
I don't know. But we shouldn't be together.
We say 1 or 2, or just too many to...
Oh my God. Oh my God. I haven't touched my ankle. It's blood.
That's crazy. She's freaking out that she's having blood, but you're not bleeding. You have blood from your ex-boyfriend or boyfriend. You're not bleeding. Why are you freaking out?
Like, I just want to take a shower, God. Okay. No. We can.
I'll get it.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but
No. You keep on.
this is absolutely the most insane that I think I've ever been involved in.
I think anybody that
No,
goes through this
without
would
a
be
doubt.
just insane.
After allowing her to dab away some of the blood on her leg, the detectives gently steered Courtney back to the original question.
Have you made a report before?
No.
You've never made a report?
Oh, I did in Dallas actually about a year ago. And he was detained.
And what happened there?
He had pushed me in the lobby, but it wasn't like a big deal, and they made it a huge deal. And he ended up getting taken to the hospital or jail or something.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it was necessary, but yeah, he had been. And then also I had been arrested for it as well in Vegas in August.
Oh,
So he and I each had one.
okay. What happened in Vegas?
The incident in question took place almost a year prior, on July 27, 2021. Fortunately, the detectives didn't have to rely solely on Courtney's recollection, as the entire call had been captured on body cam. Back in July, when the police officer arrived at the hotel where Courtney and Christian stayed, the pair had already been detained by security.
So, Chris, why am I here today? Tell me what's going on.
We're
Chris, you should have left her then, at that time.
on a great day. Now we're supposed to go to dinner like 8:30. She goes to sleep. I wake up at 5. Morning on the couch. She asks me to go to the bed 3 times, which I did. And he called security. For some reason, there's no reason to be here at all.
So, obviously, you're here because she called security. What were you guys arguing about?
Started what's called, she asked me to go to bed. She's like, you hate me? I was like, no, I don't hate you, babe. I'm just like disappointed. But like, we didn't do anything.
How this disappointment over missing dinner had escalated to an altercation worthy of police intervention remained unclear. But what Christian said next proved that the situation was even more serious than the officer likely suspected.
Did anybody hit, punch, spit each other?
He's under the influence of something as well. He keeps rolling his eyes. He's not tired. He's under the influence of some type of drug.
They smacked my bottom on my face.
When the officer went next door to talk to Courtney, however, she said that wasn't the case.
Things got blown out of proportion. Like to the max. We were going back and forth, like getting really loud. And I decided to call because we were getting really loud. It wasn't because I was scared or anything. It wouldn't hurt me. But I felt that we were either going to get kicked out or wake people up or something because it was just like escalating.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to disturb everybody, so I felt the need to have him removed from the room.
Did you throw something?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Did anybody throw anything?
No.
Christian's statement had once again suggested otherwise.
Some people stay in relationships like this thinking that it's okay, that it's normal. This style of relationship is not normal, it's not okay, and it only ends in death. Unfortunately, it only ends in not living, because out of destruction, there can't be living. And so, if you ever in a relationship and this type of stuff happens in your relationship, walk away as soon as you can, because it's not going to change. It's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse 100% of the time.
What triggered her to throw in the glass at you?
I think it's my tone. Like, she tells me to work on a couple things, like my tone, facial expressions.
And after she threw the glass at you, did you punch her, hit her, pull her hair, spit on her, anything like that? So what do you do?
One thing I did, I'd be like, babe, stop. I was like, babe, stop it. I just don't want her to get in trouble like a little person much, you know?
When he talked with Courtney, the officer had pressed her harder about throwing the glass.
Okay, so when I go to the room and I see a broken glass on the floor, where did the glass come from?
I don't know. I literally couldn't even remember how the fight started.
Sure enough, when the officer looked around the couple's bedroom,
She was dangerous already, like throwing the glass, throwing anything at anybody. There's only one intention behind that. And even if you don't want to accept the intention behind it, it is to hurt the other person.
there had been shards of broken glass amongst the mess. Based on this discovery, things hadn't looked good for Courtney.
Did you remember throwing the glass?
No, I don't. But
She thinks it's funny.
that sounds like me. Like, I'm so foggy. I've had hardly any sleep. Like, I'm not like drunk even. I just really like not functioning. If that makes sense.
Yeah, she's the OnlyFans model. She's right. She's not functioning right.
No, not really. Did you throw a bottle at him or a glass at him? You say you've done it before.
Yes. I know that he didn't do it. Because throwing things is my.
Okay, once again, do you think you did it or you did it?
I did.
This admission had changed the situation drastically, which the officer had explained to Christian as he escorted him into the hall.
I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can. I don't want to give you a long speech here. Okay? There's a lot of things that we have discretion with, and there's a lot of things that we don't. This is one of them. You guys are in a relationship. She threw a glass at you. The glass is there. She admitted throwing the glass. When that happens, I have to make an arrest. I can't tell the judge. Let me finish. Let me finish. Doesn't have any price for that. I don't think it's going to be any issue. However, the state here puts anyone that is a suspect on battery of domestic violence on a 12-hour hold.
It's crazy because in society, whether it's a guy or a girl, in society, we like to always take the guys so serious when it comes to DV, but whenever it's a woman doing it, we don't take it as serious. So I'm actually glad that he's, saying, because it's a problem of DV, we have to take her in. But this guy is just like saying, no, basically don't take her. But it's the right thing to do. Take her. She's dangerous.
I can't let you put it. Hey, no, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is what the law says I have to do.
The hotel staff had said they would allow Christian to collect his belongings from the room upstairs, but after that, he would
And she was the
no
one
longer be
She was the one who called the cops.
welcome on the property. While security guards attempted to convince him to go get his things, the officer had gone back into the office to break the news to Courtney. As soon as she heard she was about to be arrested, her story began to change.
All right, Courtney. This is the deal. So, the investigation showed that you threw a glass at him, and that in this state is considered a battery. And since you two are in a relationship, that is considered battery of domestic violence. It's a mandatory arrest.
Okay, there's a lot that I didn't say because I didn't want him to get in trouble. Like grabbing him, pushing down.
Anything else?
Right here, she's thinking that he said stuff to the cop to get her in trouble. But that's not how it is. He actually was not trying to get her in trouble. And she was the one who admitted throwing the cop.
You tell me, I'll be happy to put it on the report. But at this point, you're going to be transported, okay?
May I at least get a hug from my boyfriend before?
He's already gone.
Christian wasn't actually gone. He'd refused to walk away from the security office to remove his things from the room. And ultimately, hotel security had made the decision to remove him.
Her face whenever he said he's already gone, like, oh, I can't believe him. She manipulates him. She has him basically on the palm of her hand. When people say stuff like that, so dangerous too, But you saw her face, like, how could he leave me?
there's a lot that like happened that I don't want to bring up.
Let me explain to you. Let me explain.
I haven't.
Calm down for a
I
second.
haven't brushed my teeth. I need to shower. I haven't fixed the eye.
Let me explain to you how this is going to work.
Despite her pleas, the officer wasn't budging. That hadn't seemed to dissuade Courtney from continuing her efforts, though.
Can I just walk peacefully out with you, please? I really don't.
Go ahead and stand up.
And
Face the wall.
I need to go number 2.
Courtney had been assured that she would be able to use the bathroom at the jail and was escorted to the transport vehicle waiting outside. Even though this fight ended in an arrest, this would pale in comparison to the events yet to come. This run-in with the law hadn't been enough to dissuade the couple from further altercations. As the police now investigated Christian's severe injury in April, they searched Courtney's phone and came across a collection of appalling evidence with the potential to change the entire case. First, they found that Courtney had been keeping notes to herself about her altercations with Christian, revealing some truly heinous conduct. "Do not physically hurt him," she wrote in November, almost 5 months before Christian's hospitalization. "Stop spitting, period." Courtney further commented that she was just abusive and coming close to really hurting him. Shocking as this may be, it was just the tip of the iceberg when it came to digital evidence of the couple's toxic dynamic. Back in the interrogation room, the police sought more details from Courtney.
Her journaling is wild. For her to be writing stuff, I came close to hurting him, stop spitting on him. It's just horrifying for sure.
About the couple's history of conflict.
How many times has the police been called to your apartment? Or you called the police since January?
Okay. Police have been called once because I called them because my boyfriend was threatened.
Why was he threatening?
I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but he was, he had taken a knife. He grabbed it in front of my face, and then I got scared, and he was kind of waving it at me, but it wasn't for me. And then he took it into the extra room and slammed the door. So I got really scared that he was doing something in there that I couldn't control, so I called the cops. And he wasn't very happy with me about that.
Earlier, just after Christian was found bleeding and unresponsive, the apartment building manager had confirmed that police had responded to multiple recent calls about Courtney and Christian.
Police has came 5 times. She went to go 5 different times. They were punching each other 5 different times. And until this day, this man, he's unconscious, full of blood. I have the pictures here.
Significantly, the building manager wasn't the only one to attest to Courtney and Christian's history of violence. Shortly after Christian was whisked away in an ambulance, a man who lived across the street approached one of the officers to share more disturbing information.
We're on the 21st floor, they're on the 22nd. I see him, my girl saw too, in that bedroom that's facing up to our street. Bam!
Punching her?
Oh yeah, hitting her. And I'm like, holy, I'm like, babe, look. He saw us looking, blinds go straight down. All week we've been seeing cops come to this building. We're a big community here, so we're kind of like, what's going on? And then today, I see you guys are all up there, and I'm like, I gotta go say something.
While going through the couple's text message history, the police found evidence that things were even worse between Courtney and Christian than the witnesses knew. For example, they found an apology from Courtney dated February 5th, 2 months before Christian's life-threatening injury that read, "You deserved better treatment in the days following, and when I cut you, I absolutely hate myself for what I did to you." However, they were fighting again almost immediately. Courtney didn't seem to know, but Christian had been secretly recording some of their more serious fights. This one took place on February 8th, just 3 days after Courtney apologized for cutting him, proving just how incredibly volatile their relationship.
Man, that's crazy. He could have just walked away from the relationship from the point that she was throwing the cup at the beginning at him. But sometimes guys, they don't care, and they think, even the woman too, because she was getting hit by him. But I can kind of see that she had a lot of control on him.
Relationship had been.
Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me. Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me.
I am mad that you told me to come.
Decide right now.
Courtney, that's a good. I asked you so many times that I don't know, and I apologize. But you hit me.
Shut up. Don't.
No physical violence was depicted in Christian's video, But security footage from the apartment building told another story. Days later, on February 21st, police found this security video of an extended physical altercation between the couple. Unfortunately, the security footage didn't have audio capacity, and the reason for the argument remains unknown. Even without sound, though, it was easy to tell that things were already spiraling out of control between Courtney and Christian. The investigation would show that this sort of behavior was even more pervasive than anyone yet suspected.
And what do you guys usually argue about? Or is it always a different issue?
I don't even know.
Do you mind telling us about those arguments or no?
I don't think there's a point. I cannot remember everything, so I don't want to remember part of it.
I think the cops at this point, they know that he has passed, but they don't want to tell her to keep her calm and to be able to let her share the story without feeling that she has to hide something because he has passed.
Okay. Would you say it's jealousy related?
For sure, for some of it, yeah.
Another argument, recorded a month later on March 5th by one of Courtney and Christian's friends, was clearly based on jealousy. This altercation was even more aggressive than the one in February.
I was sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you. You're hindering my progress. Do you see how instigated he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her yesterday when I...
You did. I didn't say you touched it.
You said I did.
You were leaning.
Yo, you were dumb as...
You were flirting with 3 girls.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, maybe it doesn't matter.
You are the most...
Good.
After men in my life.
You
Courtney.
You too. Get the out of here. This isn't your house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. You're just like my boyfriend. Get the out of here.
Just like your
I
boyfriend?
can actually get down if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Get out. No, that's not even the next time. Out.
Stop touching
Get
me.
out.
Don't touch me again.
Good thing. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. For real. I never want to see you again.
Ooh.
And yet, there were still worse incidents the police would soon unearth.
Have you ever put his hand on you before? How many times would take a guess in the 2 years you've been together?
Yeah, maybe like 5 times. I remember there was a time when he hit me really hard in the head and I was going to discombobulate, but I can't even remember when it was. It might have just been like when we were drunk, but I know it happened, so I'll just leave that out because I can't give you exact facts.
Okay.
And I don't want to lie about anything. The last time was in Tulum. He grabbed me by my hair or something. We were both drinking. But there was a bench in front of our bed. And he threw me against the bench, and I hit the bench. My head hit the bench. And I fell on the floor. There was another time my mom was on the phone, and he threw me into the wall in the bathroom. But, I am certainly a crazy person too. So there was that one. But the cops have been up there one other time yesterday for absolutely no reason. Absolutely none.
The police's visit to Courtney's apartment the night before Christian was discovered in critical condition had been recorded on body cam. This situation, too, appeared to have been more complicated than she was letting on.
Shane Carlos, bro?
Yeah. We had a domestic dispute.
Okay.
Can you please let me into my apartment? Please?
Okay.
Yes. I have
Excuse me, hold on. What's going on?
Okay.
Where's your apartment? You have a key?
We have
No, you don't need to talk to me. What's going on?
lying about.
Where's your key?
Courtney explained that she was locked out during the course of an argument with her boyfriend Christian. The building security manager explained how things went from bad to worse when Courtney came to the lobby to retrieve the spare key. This incident was eerily similar to a horrendous exchange that police uncovered between Christian and Courtney from months earlier. On October 9, 2021, 6 months before Christian was found in critical condition, he messaged Courtney the following. The crazy thing about this is that yesterday when you stabbed me in the leg and you saw how bad it was hurting me, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't do, and you were telling me I wish I could take your pain away. Did I make you feel like for stabbing me? No, I just sucked it up and hoped tomorrow will be better. That's right. Courtney had apparently stabbed Christian before. Unfortunately,
I think, I don't know, what's going on in the guy's head to still stay with a woman that treats them like this, because DV, it happens from both sides, right? It could be the man, it could be the woman, it can be both. Whenever a relationship is going this route, walk away. Walk away. That's all you can do. She has progressed the level of violence for sure. Stabbing him, and I think this is probably what she thought this time. Last time was fine. He was fine. And that's why she's right now just telling her story, being a little bit calm, because she doesn't know that she has killed her boyfriend yet. She thinks she can just stab people and it's fine.
no police report was ever made, and the violence only escalated from there until Christian was found now on the verge of death. Back at the apartment building the night before police found Christian with harrowing wounds, the building security manager told police what he'd witnessed.
Her boyfriend comes charging towards her, and we actually try to get in the middle of it. The boyfriend actually came after her, and Paul was walking towards there, and then I just said, enough is enough. Police need to be called. She said she don't want police to be called. But when it's in a common area, and something happened like that, my safety is the residents first.
Further investigation into the text messages surrounding the stabbing from 6 months earlier revealed that Courtney never responded to Christian's message. The next day, he sent another, indicating that yet another physical altercation had taken place. He wrote, "Hey, I'm sorry. If it's okay, can I come back up? I know you said 5 minutes, but I've been in the restroom. My nose is bleeding and the back of my head hurts, like really hurts. I'd decay if it was your hand or the phone, but I'm really dizzy." This time, Courtney responded and told Christian, "I'm putting your stuff up. You can come get it when I say you can. Go to first aid." The rest of the conversation would reveal a whole new level of cruelty. Back on the night before Christian's hospitalization, Courtney was determined to share her version of the story after hearing what the building manager reported.
What else do you
I
need?
was told I was going to get a chance to speak.
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on?
That's your turn.
Are you gonna listen?
We're listening. Go ahead.
You've been drinking today?
Okay, did you hear all this?
The person on the other end of the phone call was Courtney's father, who remained on the line for the duration of the police's visit. During the similar conflict 6 months earlier, Christian had continued to plead with Courtney to let him back into the apartment, revealing even more disturbing information in the process. A few minutes after Courtney told him to go to first aid, he wrote, "Can you please let me in and help me, please? I can't keep walking up and down when my leg hurts. Come on." Courtney did not appear to have let Christian inside. He contacted her again, saying, "You hit me in the face with a phone, then continue to hit the back of my head with the phone. Now
She completely broke that phone on his head. Look at that phone. She could have killed him that day as well, because, she was hitting him with that phone in the back of his head. That's harsh.
have a lump. I'm bleeding, throwing up. I think I got a mild concussion and have anxiety. I slept in the restroom for 2 hours and I'm just lost beyond words." Finally, Courtney apologized to Christian. "I'm sorry for hitting you in the face and the back of your head and spitting on you. Is it right? No. You just pissed me the off, but I still love you." All this and more would come to light as the investigation continued, including the couple's apparent history of substance use. However, this was only the beginning, as there was still more appalling evidence of the couple's.
Really, that's what it comes down to. Drugs, alcohol. Because whenever you drink, or whenever a person drinks or they do drugs, then you lose track of time, or you're not coherent enough to make decisions, such as good decisions, like walking away from a relationship like this, or not doing this, not hitting somebody, not spitting on someone.
Violent relationship. Back on the night before Christian was found fighting for his life, Courtney was determined to make the police listen to her.
Why do you have something against me, man? I'm just trying to.
What do you have anything against you?
It seems like
We're
you don't
trying
like
to talk.
me.
The officer Courtney had argued with stepped aside to talk to the security manager. When talking with him and several other employees, the officer learned that Courtney and Christian were actually in the process of being evicted for not paying rent. Courtney didn't mention this in conversation with the other two police officers. It probably didn't help their situation that allegedly residents as far as 2 floors above and below Courtney and Christian's apartment could hear them yelling at each other and reported the disturbances.
What do you need?
He seriously
What?
my boyfriend. Hey, Mom. If he doesn't pay any rent, he's not me. I don't care. I'll hold it down. I broke up with him about a week ago. I had my mom fly out to him. She stayed with me for a week. She tried to get him out, and he kept sleeping in the elevator room inside of my extra couch.
Courtney said that her mother had gone home that morning, after which things with Christian had taken a turn for the worst again.
I stayed in my apartment all day. I didn't take my dogs out for 8 hours because I was afraid that when I came down here, he was going to be down. And when I did see down, I walked my dogs and he was telling me he wouldn't leave me alone. And then all of a sudden, he flung me in the elevator and I said, don't fall. This guy said, I shoved her. When I was upstairs and then they showed up on my door, I said, I shoved her. I said, show me the video. I really got angry because that did not happen.
Recent text messages between the couple indicated that they'd been arguing almost constantly since April 1st, 2 days before police found Christian in a critical state. After ignoring messages from Christian in which he apologized for entering the apartment before her mom left and begged to have a direct conversation, Courtney informed him, "You're like talking to a bag of rocks." How this insult led to a knife wound remained to be seen. The night before the stabbing, Courtney continued to plead her case to the officers on scene.
I am, right now, I have not always been a victim, but right now I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I was scared to go downstairs to walk my dogs. I just walked in and I told him, you don't have a chance, and now all of a sudden this is all happening.
All right, so what do you want us to do?
I want a restraining order against Christian Gonzalez.
Additionally, Courtney and the security manager had found some common ground when the police asked what they wanted to see happen. Both had requested that Christian be removed from the property for trespassing. However, just like every other aspect of this case, things had not been that simple.
Does he have property in the room, in the apartment with you? A lot of property, he said. He's been with you here for about 2 months, right? Let me let you know something. He lives here. That person lives in that apartment with you. Okay, we cannot trespass anybody that lives in this place.
The police escorted Courtney back to her apartment and did a walkthrough of the complex, but didn't find Christian. He was clearly around, however, because when Courtney gave police consent to search her phone, records showed that he texted Courtney saying, "Courtney, please, I was downstairs and they're trying to get me for trespassing. Help, please." Though he sent countless messages begging her to help him or talk to him, her only response was, "You never loved me." The police never did catch up with Christian, and since there was no ongoing violence, the officers departed. They had no idea they would.
It sounds like she blamed him for cheating on her or being with other women or something relating to women, because for her to say, "You never loved me," that's usually when somebody feels that the other person is cheating or doing something with other females. Definitely this relationship was not meant to be from the beginning anyways. This relationship is abusive, and it's hard for two people that, he hit her too, so it's hard for two people that choose violence like this to change in the future.
Be back in fewer than 24 hours after the bloody culmination of the couple's fight. In the interrogation room, Courtney explained how their interactions had continued after the police left the previous night.
I didn't want to talk to him. I really let him have it over the phone. And I let him come back and spend the night. And then he explained the whole thing. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's agree. We will never, touch each other again out of anger. And he will never gaslight me again. Those were the two, main things.
Courtney stuck to her story that things had recently changed for the better between her and Christian. But this turned out to be little more than the eye of the storm. Because less than 24 hours later, Christian would be in the hospital fighting for his life.
He was happy to be back in the apartment. I was happy to have him back in the apartment because I missed him. And been waking up telling me, good morning, I love you, touching me. Like, it's just, I felt very, very loved when I woke up this morning. That's why I'm so, like, heartbroken. It's just like, why?
The couple appeared to have gotten along for a short few hours after the police left, but it didn't last long before violence erupted once again.
Like I said, a little bit blur. I was doing laundry and watching a Christina Randall, or listening to a Christina Randall video, and tried to call my mom. She didn't answer the first time. And then he came back with a Subway sandwich. Before he left, he recited exactly what I wanted. And I said, I'll text what I want to you. And he said, I know what you want. And I said, no, you don't. He recited it to me before he left. And he got it perfectly right. He came back. And I said something about, like, oh, are you going to, like, reshare your location with me? Like, did you want to share it? And he said, yeah, I'm sure. And I was like, oh.
That's so crazy. Why does he need to share the location? Like, he's just gonna go and get a sandwich. Like, he's not traveling to a new area. He's not going to a new place. He's in the area.
When did you do that? It was the other day, like, when you were done with me. And I was like, okay, well, fair enough. Like, reshare it. And then he told, it kind of, like, turned into, like, a little, like, argument or something. And then he told me to reshare mine, and I was like, okay, yeah, I will. And then I didn't do it immediately. He asked me about it again. And I don't know what I was thinking, but it just said something about, well, what if I'm somewhere you don't want me to be?
Christian captured footage of this fight, too. Notably, the precipitating argument seemed to have gone a little differently than Courtney told the detectives.
Courtney, you're drunk right now, and like it's hard to talk to you right now.
Go get me alcohol!
Well, you already had alcohol.
Go get me alcohol! Go get it! Go get it!
It got even worse when investigators made yet another shocking discovery. 3 months earlier, on January 31st, Courtney texted Christian this heartless message. Hopefully this gives you time to think about your actions. Enjoy the hospital. A little while later, she checked in to ask, you keep up. How does it feel? It's unclear what sort of altercation led to Christian's hospitalization, but further messages showed Courtney daring him to tell hospital staff what had happened. Instead, Christian said he would explain his injuries away as a football accident. Even this, though, was just a precursor of the horrors to come. More of Christian's recordings revealed how bad things got in the lead-up to his most grievous injury.
Okay. Baby, just slow down.
Get away! Get!
In the interrogation room,
Dude, it's like she's possessed. Like, she's literally demonly possessed. That's scary.
Courtney continued to downplay the confrontation.
But I was like, why are you doing this? Like, just because, like I said, that we're over, blah, blah. And he was trying to talk to me, and I just didn't want to talk to him.
Cece, I'm sorry.
Shut up! We're over! Okay.
No, you're not. Stop it.
Stop! Don't touch me! Stop! No, because you're gonna have no, so you know that.
According to the text,
Oh my gosh, that breaks my heart. Like, fighting in front of your dog, and you can tell the dog's stressed too, but it's just barking. It just, I'm getting tired watching this because it kind of gets to me, seeing this, seeing the end of it. It only causes the unfortunate, death. So it's just very, very harsh to watch and see two young people just fighting for nonsense just because they're drinking and they are under the influence with drugs, and not being able to walk away because they just don't want to.
messages from January sent while Christian was at the hospital 3 months earlier. He'd practically begged Courtney for help, to no avail. Christian replied, I don't feel so good, Court. Can you come? Same, Courtney wrote back. Oh well. Christian's next message read, Come, I'm scared. Courtney's callous reply was simply, Nah, you're not. It seemed like the tirade.
Yeah, it sounds like she doesn't really care about him, but yet she wants to control him like a puppet. And he gets frustrated and ends up fighting with her at the same time. But it sounds like at least he's not too much into the DV. I gotta think so I don't say that full word here on YouTube, but it sounds like he tries to work things out, doesn't want to walk away from it though, and she's very physical, like she likes to hurt him.
Raid against Christian never let up, because on the day before Christian's stabbing, Courtney once again took things to a whole new level.
Hey, let me help you.
Additionally, she happened to leave out another precipitating incident. According to Christian's video, he'd apparently said hello to one of their neighbors, something he was apparently not allowed to do.
You trust? You know damn well the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me slap you, dumb.
You're not gonna slap me.
Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and charge it.
What?
Find it and charge it!
I'm sorry, Courtney.
I don't care. Find it and charge it.
Okay, just stop.
Don't talk to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Because I'm telling you I'm sorry.
It's like hard. Find my phone and charge it. I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
Still to go out?
No! Shut up!
Please.
Shut up. You want to go talk to her without talking.
Dang, how didn't he get annoyed with her? Like, she's really annoying me.
I didn't go.
Yes, you did. You always want to.
Courtney, I was on.
He literally told me about it. Now he's like, damn.
What are you
You're
doing?
like, son.
I didn't go to talk to. I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the?
Get off of me!
Me going to talk to. Is this gonna make you act like this?
You literally talked to her without telling me!
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi. You and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a. Yes, thank you. Coming from Jordan, thank you.
I want you to get away from me!
The screaming match kept going, just like the shocking messages. The last time Christian was hospitalized 3 months earlier, Courtney stopped responding to his messages pleading for help, and Christian became increasingly distraught. When Courtney eventually wrote back, it was once again with an apology that said, I feel extreme regret, sadness, and humiliation, and I am so sorry for hurting you. I hope we can get through this, but I understand if we can't. Your anger and pain is completely valid. However, during the fight the night before disaster struck, there was no evidence that Courtney had offered any such apology.
Help me.
Cece, I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
If you make one more excuse, I will shut my ears. I will never listen to you again.
Okay.
You know damn well!
You don't need to scream.
I will! You know damn well! I need to make my phone. I need to go home. I need to talk to them. I need my phone!
Cece,
Don't touch me!
What is going on? Like, are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
But Christian's attempts to apologize seemed to have no effect, and the couple remained headed towards disaster. At the police station, Courtney continued with her version of how the fight progressed.
And he ended up pinning me against the wall. And then, I said like choking me on the floor. And this happened twice before, where I couldn't breathe and I was on the floor. I could not breathe. And I don't think that he was trying to kill me, but I was scared. He said, why don't you go find one of the guys in G-Wagon? Because I had said something about that when I broke up with him like a week ago. Out of anger. I didn't say it because I want that, because I love him. But that was just one of the things that you said.
Was that at the moment?
She doesn't love him. She loves having possession of him.
He was charging you or earlier in one of the arguments?
It was before he choked me. Yes, it was before he choked me.
So you told me that he had you against the wall at one point, right? With his hands over your neck?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you end up from the wall to the ground?
Let me go. Let me go, and then I started swinging on him because I had been against the wall.
Okay.
I started trying to hit him.
Yeah.
And then he put me on the ground.
He dropped you to the ground. What did he do? Did he lift you up, or did he grab your hair? Did he just kind of rotate you onto the ground?
I really couldn't even tell you. If I could have been given all these questions, before, I could be maybe let me think about it. Or when I'm trying to remember a whole situation of where I was very upset about something,
yeah,
which I've learned this in therapy or whatever. It's write down all the details so you don't forget.
At some point during the scuffle, Courtney said that Christian let her go. However, the peace had only been temporary.
I walked into the living room. She was sitting on the couch. I didn't say this before. I walked in the living room. I called my mom. You could see I was calling my mom.
Okay.
That made him angry. I went in his living room to go sit on the couch. He came in there and tried to get the phone out of my hand.
Did he ever get the phone out of your hands? Or?
No.
No?
He just came over to me and was trying to get it. So this happened over by the door and somehow moved over in the living room. He was standing by the couch, facing toward the kitchen, and I was in the kitchen. And then he just I could see all the whites in his eyes, and he was coming at me. And so I grabbed one of these knives, and I was I swear to God. I swear to God. It was just I grab and be don't come anywhere closer to me. I had absolutely no intention of using it. I'm on the phone with my mom, and he's coming at me he's going to grab either the phone or the knife or something. And so I was just I was don't come any closer. Coming at me, and I threw it.
After some prompting, Courtney estimated that Christian was about 10 feet away when she threw the knife. This would turn out to be a critical and contentious piece of evidence in the investigation to come.
How exactly did you throw it? You threw it like this, or kind of you flung it at him, overhead, or how did that?
Oh, I just flung it.
You just flung it over your head, or from
this.
So from beside your head.
Holding it, yeah. So not okay, I'm holding it like this. This is not the knife, the
blade,
right? The blade. I'm not. I for dang sure did not stab him. That would be insane. I didn't even think that this would touch him. But I thought that I would scare him. I would scare him by just grabbing it. I thought I would scare him by just grabbing it, but that didn't work.
What did he do after you flung the knife at him? Did he walk around, or did he fall right then and there, or what happened?
He fell down.
He fell down?
Yeah.
He didn't walk around or anything like that, or still try and chase you, or what?
No, because it hit.
The police had to wonder if this was true, because when Courtney gave police consent to walk through her apartment, they found blood in countless areas of the house, including the kitchen, living room, entryway, and even the bathroom.
You know where the knife is?
Right here.
Okay. And what did you do after he fell?
I ran over to him and grabbed him, and it was just a blur, but I ran over to him and I grabbed him. And I just said, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? I'm the worst person to be around. What do I do? And he said, call somebody. And I was on the phone with my mom.
He said that?
He said, just call somebody. And I was okay, I'm on the phone with my mom. I said, Mom, what do I do? She said, call 911. I think I called 911.
Another officer came by to assure Courtney that her dogs had been taken care of and were staying with their usual groomer.
The doctor say
I took them to the Peace and Love. Peace and Love Pod. Yeah. Where she answered, and I told her it was an emergency.
Were they still covered in blood?
Not so much because they ran a little bit, but I told her she's going to wash them and she has food there.
Then Courtney was again left alone.
I'm glad her dogs are safe. I was thinking about them. Poor dogs. Man, I hope they went to a good home because I don't think she gets out of this one at all.
And after some more praying and crying, attempted to get some sleep. It was only when a third officer checked on her that she finally asked about Christian.
Is there an update on Christian?
The other detective's working on it right now.
Is he okay?
We're gonna check. We're trying to reach the officer at the hospital.
After 30 more minutes of waiting, forensic techs arrived to collect evidence from Courtney, including swabbing her neck and hands and photographing the many bloodstains on her body and clothes.
Do you have any injuries?
Notice how she doesn't have any bruises, any open wounds, anything like that.
I mean, I have bruises all over the place, I think, but I'm probably just covered in blood.
Sure, they're just covered in blood.
Usually there's just bruises like on my arms and my legs. Let me get the one.
Yeah, on your arm, right here.
Courtney let the investigators know that she'd picked off several of her nails while waiting to talk to the police, and indicated several other scrapes and bruises. However, when looking at Courtney's Instagram account,
Okay, I take that back, but they're very small bruises.
these injuries were determined to be old, possibly much
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I guess I was right. Those are old.
longer before the fight that landed Christian in the hospital. In fact, they found no evidence of defensive marks that they would expect to be consistent with Courtney's story.
You can face me with as well, just the area of your neck, okay?
Courtney's clothes were also collected as evidence, and she was given a hazmat suit to wear for the time.
Oh my gosh, all of that's blood. Man, this is so sad. This is unbelievable.
Being. She was also introduced to her lawyer, who accompanied her back into the interrogation room after she changed.
Yeah, well, nightmare. So you're living in a nightmare right now.
Yes.
You know?
I will feel so much better once they just say he's stable.
Yeah.
And I've been asking so much.
That's what we're waiting for.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, if he's not, that's a lot worse for me. But if he's not, that's just a lot worse for everybody. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I will do with myself if he's not okay.
No matter what.
I mean, I clearly can't be together.
No matter what his condition is, it's out of our control. Right? We have no control. What's done is done. We cannot do it. We need to move forward. And my concern is you. Okay? I will be talking, obviously, to your family. Like I said, I still feel, confident that you're going home. And straightforward with you, there are some concerns about your mental health to make sure that you're okay, because this is very traumatic. So there may be some steps taken there. Yeah, come on in to make sure that you're okay. And that's it. But we're getting you home, okay?
Okay.
Courtney had a few more minutes to chat with her new lawyer, but before long, the detectives returned to the interrogation room with some news that changed the entire case.
Oh man, dang. So they actually didn't know before that about the new news that he probably passed away right now.
We have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could.
Christian is dead. Oh my God.
Yep.
This is not real, right? Okay. No,
She's not freaking out because he's dead. She's freaking out because of what's going to happen to her now.
Kristen died. Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. We're good. Relax. You're fine.
No.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. We're gonna be okay?
How's she gonna ask for a hug and then not allow that hug? Like is she playing? She pretending.
Calm down. Calm down.
What? That's just so weird. She asked for a hug, but then she doesn't want it.
Like I said, I still feel, confident that doctors did what they could.
Christian is dead. Oh my God. This is not real, right? Okay. No, Kristen died. Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. We're good. Relax. You're fine.
No.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
It's kind of crazy to me how like the lawyer is like, yeah, come here, bring it in. Like knowing that she's the one who stabbed him and she's the one who literally, unalive him. And the lawyer's like, yeah, give me a hug. It's like, no, calm down. Like and I don't know, that was just so strange to me. I just had to go back.
Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. We're gonna be okay?
I need to hug my mom.
I'll talk to your parents about them over.
I cannot be left alone in like a room by myself.
You won't be.
After this. No, that's not true. That's not real, right?
It is real.
Christian.
She's not crying either, like in pain crying. She's just, it feels like she's acting. She might not be acting. She might be just in shock.
Kristen is dead.
Yes. You're not gonna lie.
I know, I just can't believe it.
Even before being taken to the hospital, the first responders were clearly aware that things had not looked good for Christian.
Francis!
Dime.
Body fire rescue. He's not breathing.
Tragically, Christian was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the hospital. During an autopsy, the medical examiner determined that Christian's right subclavian artery had been cut, causing him to bleed out. But there were more characteristics of Christian's wound that would raise questions during the investigation to come.
Take deep breaths.
I've been crying so much.
Don't.
And I just can't even cry right now. No.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine.
No, it's not. Oh my God. I wanted to be at the hospital. If anything happened to him, I just wanted to be at the hospital. I begged, can I please go to the hospital? I mean, obviously, they put me in close to my house, but like, I begged, can I please go to the hospital? Oh my God, our friends, oh my God.
Still alive.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be the same thing. Yeah.
She's not getting out of there tonight.
And okay, that's the last time I ever talked to him. It's the last time anybody ever talks to him. Summer, the last thing he ate was Subway. What I was saying to that other room, I said, God forbid, when like from far away, if what if it had accidentally hit a little bit lower and he died? That's what I said.
Once again, Christian's secret recordings of one of their fights revealed that this outcome could have been what Courtney wanted all along.
Courtney, I need your help, please. Courtney, I know you care about my head right now.
No,
It's
the
bleeding.
cops are gonna take me to jail.
Then
That's cool. I don't care, Christian.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
do that.
care about you.
Just stop it.
Christian, I honestly, like, I know that, like, it on your head is serious. I told you to leave downstairs. I told you I'm actually not having a good day. We're actually literally, I want to kill you.
It seemed Courtney got her wish, but whether or not this was intentional remained to be seen. The medical examiner stated that based on the angle and depth, he believed that the injury could not have been inflicted by a thrown knife. Courtney's intentions, along with the method of attack, would not be determined that night. For now, though, the police did something unexpected.
I think the detective spoke to your mom. She's trying to get a flight to get you some support. Because we just met an hour ago. We're going to get you some support, okay?
I swear I was holding him for so effing long. And the security lady was standing right there. And I was like, why are they taking so effing long? And I was just sitting there just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding.
Take a deep breath.
It's not being here. I need to be with my family.
Against all odds, Courtney was released that evening. She moved back in with her parents in Dallas, Texas, while the investigation continued in Florida. However,
I'm super surprised that they let her go home. I thought she would stay there because she just literally stabbed someone, ended up passing away, and then they still let her go. But I guess because they don't think she did it purposely, that's why they let her go.
pending case didn't seem to be enough to keep her out of trouble for long. On June 16th, over 2 months since Christian's tragic passing, the police were once again called out as a result of a disturbance involving Courtney.
What ends up happening is she's like, hey, I'm drunk. Can you walk me back home if you want to? I said, yeah, of course. I'll help you get home.
On the way to Courtney's parents' house, though, things took a turn.
3 or 4 different occasions she tries to kiss me or make out with me. No, I don't want to do that, especially on 1826. You're drunk. I don't want to part of that. Yeah. So I just kind of try to walk around, and then she starts kind of like following down the road.
Uncomfortable, the young man texted his father for help.
I'm like, listen, if I cannot talk to your parents, you're aggressive. You're acting aggressive. I got to call 911. Actually, I dialed you once, and she freaked out.
Courtney's mother, Deborah, was already on scene talking with another officer, but the police asked to speak with Courtney directly to hear her side of the story. Perhaps predictably by now, her version went a little bit differently.
Oh, officer. Oh, God. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Pressure. No. It's okay. We just want to get your side of the story.
Courtney claimed that there was no issue until the neighbor's father interrupted. She said nothing about making romantic or advances. In the end, the situation was resolved without any criminal charges being filed. However, that wasn't the case when it came to the pending investigation into Christian's death. After the run-in with the neighbors, Courtney enrolled herself in an inpatient treatment program for substance abuse and post-traumatic stress located in Hawaii. It wasn't until 4 months after Christian died, once all the digital evidence, like text messages and videos, had been thoroughly reviewed and prosecutors agreed how to move forward, that a warrant was issued for her arrest. On August 10th, the Hawaii facility was raided by a SWAT team, who took Courtney into custody. Preparations to extradite her back to Florida were underway, but Courtney chose to return voluntarily. But that wasn't the only arrest that was made. In January 2024, nearly 2 years since Christian's death, warrants were also issued for the arrest of Courtney's parents, Kim and Deborah.
There are warrants for you and your wife's arrest? What? I know.
Courtney's mom, Deborah, took the news even harder.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Deborah.
So,
No, I'm not okay.
I know.
Nobody's going to hurt you. I understand. I mean, you're physically
This
okay.
whole
You'll
deal
get
is she was persecuted by that mother. She's getting persecuted now,
And now we're getting persecuted.
It came to the attention of law enforcement that Christian's laptop had been removed from the apartment. Police alleged that Courtney's parents had considered with her defense attorneys to remove incriminating evidence from the laptop before it could be used in court. However, there was no evidence found against the parents or the attorneys, and ultimately the charges against Kim and Deborah Clenny were dropped, while the attorneys were
That's crazy though. You're protecting your daughter whenever she is a danger to society, pretty much.
never charged in relation to these allegations. But the same couldn't be said for Courtney. She remains in jail without bond as she awaits trial for the charge of second-degree murder. In her court appearance on November 15, 2024, the judge did.
Dang, that was just a few, about 15 days ago, right? Because we are in December 1st, so not too long ago. It just
Denied a
passed.
bond again. Until the trial is complete, we won't know what really happened to Christian Abumseli, or if justice has indeed been served. It's important to note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Man, that's crazy. Let's see what the comments are saying. The moment I heard her screaming about him saying hello to a neighbor, it became very clear this man was abused to hell and back. Yeah, dang. Okay. The fact that she had notes in her phone reminding her not to hit or spit him is mind blowing. Yeah, it's very scary. It's wild to me that she was released after literally getting caught red handed committing a murder. For sure. It's wild. Some people just get, I would say, literally lucky because if it was a guy, he would stay there for sure. Everyone asking why didn't he just leave her? Doesn't understand how abuse works and why it's so insidious. Exactly. Abuse, once you walk the line of abuse, it's really hard to turn back, but not impossible. It's hard, yes, but not impossible. I cannot imagine that feeling. I'm gonna die, babe. I'm gonna die. I can't feel my arms. My heart is shriveling. R.I.P. Christian. This is horrific. Absolutely. Courtney's father saying she was persecuted by the, and at the end of the video, in reference to Christian when his daughter was clearly the aggressor, makes me sick. Right? No wonder their daughter turned out so wicked. No accountability whatsoever. That's for sure. She's unhinged. Those records fights shows the main aggressor. He was apologizing. She's screaming racial slurs at him. Yeah, that was very foul. Very, very foul. I can't help but note the raspy voice from her permanently damaged vocal cords from years of screaming at people and not just stopping to listen. I cannot believe they handcuffed him while he was dying. Also, 2 years with a man and you can't be bothered to remember his mother's name? She's a monster and deserves to rot in prison. She was purposely not given the address. I'm sorry, she says, as she let him bleed out. Not giving it address should be a second attempted charge alone. Yeah, I think she knew, but she just didn't want to share it. Thank you for covering this. This case needs more awareness for the dangers of DV are this severe. How calm she is after delivering a fatal wound to the neck of someone she loved is terrifying and shows her state of mind. It's amazing that a person can have so many resources available. Nice cars, luxury apartments. Oh, nice cars, luxury apartments, cosmetic surgery, etc. Yet spend nothing on her mental health. Instead, she's feeding her addictions while being fully aware that she's abusive to Christian. For sure. This was crazy. Let me go ahead and see if there's any new comments. Because sometimes the new comments can let us know where the case is at the moment. Well, I just read them actually. This was about 6 days ago. So, wow, 11,000 comments. Let's see this one. Notice she doesn't cry when she immediately learns Christian died. Yeah, it almost looked like she was performing. She goes into survival mode, hyperventilating mostly, because she's not sad he's dead. She's worried about what will happen to her. She then has time to start her sympathy act again. Any genuine tears being for herself anyway. Then the tears quickly disappear and the conversation entirely about her. Yeah, she's a mad woman. Disgusting. This girl is the definition of toxic. She loves the drama and groveling. It seems she delayed getting him help too. What a vile woman. She needs to rot in prison. Yeah, she might have delayed the ambulance, and that's literally what killed him that amount of time because it looked like there was a lot of blood everywhere. The ambulance took so long because you called your mom first. Then you called and didn't give an address. Then you wouldn't let Christian go when the medics asked you 5 times to let him go so they could work on him. She better get life in prison. Come on, Miami. You know what to do. Get this man justice. I think he deserves justice. He was being, for sure, mentally abused. And he probably was trying to leave her, and for her to want to kill him just means she didn't want him for anybody else. And that's the scary part about that when somebody is in DV, that the scary part is to leave someone and for them to come back and want to harm you and unalive you. And I think that's a lot of the times why certain people don't leave this type of abusive relationships, because they're scared that the person's going to turn around and come back and unalive them. And a lot of the times you just have to go through the cops, the police, and be very discreet about it. Um, you have to be careful to anyone that you date. And if you see any red flags, walk away because it's not going to get better. There is not a person in this world that is handsome enough or beautiful enough to go through this, to put your life in danger. You know, we only get one life, we only get one time in this world, and once we're gone from here, that's it. And so I do appreciate you guys joining me today to watch this video. This was really interesting. It's very hard for me to watch videos like this because I can't believe that human beings go through this, and some people have the heart to harm someone else. But I do appreciate you guys coming through, and you have a great day. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.